Hello, welcome to English 0123. This is Intermediate Reading and Writing. I'm going to share my screen with you and take a look at our course, as well as a PowerPoint here I have with some notes to better understand how the course is formatted and how to submit your work. So the first thing I want to talk about is just the course layout. Once you click on the modules page, which is where all of our course material will be found, you'll first see an introductory module. And in that module, you'll see this video. Underneath that page, we have several pages that were pushed down from Hines about distance learning policies, testing policies, different information like that. You have an instant access page that explains how to get your textbook for the class, because it's on our class bookshelf. There's a page that just tells you a little about me if you are curious, and has my contact information. There's a page with registration information about our Connect tool, which I'm also going to discuss in this video. A quiz that I need you to take and complete to move forward and unlock the material in the course. And then several videos regarding tools that we'll use in this course. I just want you to take a quick look at them as you get started, and then know where they are later in the semester if you need to revisit that. In addition, I have a course calendar that I'm going to look at with you, and I've put the file in the introductory material for you to print and keep up with through the term. So as we get started, you'll see the introductory material. Once you've completed this material, I'll show you here, you can click this little arrow once you've gone through everything. Here is, I want to show you, here's the quiz that you'll need to take, and here, this where it says please print, this is your calendar. Let me see if I have it open. Yeah, I've got it right there. We'll look at it in just a little bit. This is the calendar that you'll need to print to keep up with your assignments for the class. So I will minimize that by clicking that little arrow, and then you should see 3 modules: writing, reading, and grammar. So here we'll look at the writing module first. Within the writing module, you'll see things organized in this way over and over again. You have teaching pages, you have some sort of activity, discussion board, small assignment, and then you have your major writing assignments, such as this week you have a practice writing, and next week and the following weeks you'll have test writings. Oh, excuse me. There we go. For your test writings, you will see both a quiz and a Turnitin assignment with the same name. So I will show you that here. I can click this arrow to maximize my module, and we'll see here's a teaching page, and then here's a discussion board. Here's a teaching page, here's a discussion board, here's a teaching page, here's your outline assignment, and then practice paragraph 1 that you turn into me by the end of the week. Now, this is our first week. As we prepare for test writings, you'll see a teaching page with information about the test writing, and then a couple of assignments. And then we'll have completing the test writing. And that's the way the rest of the writing module is set up: preparing for, learning material, completing. In the completing section, you will see a quiz and an assignment for the same test writing. I want you to take the quiz, because the quiz has the timer on it. Our test writings are timed writings. You're going to type your response in Word or something similar, save it, and then upload the file to the quiz. Once you've hit submit, the timer ends, and then I want you to open this Turnitin.com assignment and upload the exact file that you submitted to the quiz. And I need to see that the timestamp between these 2 assignments is fairly close. I mean, probably shouldn't take you more than 3 minutes, but I'd like to see it within the first 5 to 10 minutes after you close out your quiz. So you're going to do everything for the quiz in the quiz. And once you submit this here, I just want you to hop in here, upload that same file, and hit submit. It's very simple. But if you don't do this part, it will not let you move forward into the next assignment. So I want to talk a bit about what you're going to see in the writing module. You've seen how it's laid out on the modules page, but as for the actual assignments, you are going to have some assignments that are hard deadlines and some assignments that are soft deadlines. And this is just a component of a self-paced class. This class is moving away from a traditional weekly module submission system, as you could probably tell from just having 3 large modules. I was used to teaching with week 1, do this, week 2, do this, week 3, do this. And that's probably how most of you are used to having your classes. So it is a little bit of a learning curve to get used to doing something a little more self-paced. It was for me last term when I've done this before. It takes a little bit getting used to, but I found that the success and retention rates for the classes are higher, have fewer students withdrawing, and in general, once you kind of get the hang of things, my students have given me good feedback on the flexibility and freedom of having a more flexible submission schedule. So, what are hard deadlines? The hard deadlines are the ones that stop you. You cannot progress in the course until you've submitted these things. In addition to that, you will get your attendance based on the hard writing deadline each week. So your major writing assignment, whatever that is. This week will be a practice writing. The next few weeks, there'll be test writings. Later in the term, we'll have a practice essay one week, and then you'll have your other test writings. So those are your major writing assignments. And then, of course, your final exam the last week. The soft deadlines are any other writing assignments. So these assignments will still have a deadline in Canvas. I have to put a deadline in there, but I will never count these assignments as late. They're not going to get a penalty if they're late. But the catch there is that you have to complete, I'll flip back to the writing module. You have to complete these items in order to open this one. Okay, so you can't say, okay, well, this is my attendance marker, so I need to do this by the end of the week, and then just hop in here Sunday evening and think that you're going to click on this and open it. You have to do what the action item says for each of these other ones. So you're going to need to view this page, contribute to this discussion board, view this page, contribute to this discussion board, view this page, submit this assignment before you can open this assignment. So I hope that makes sense. There are no real deadlines for the soft due dates. So for anything here, there is no deadline. But for this one, the deadline is the end of the week, which means you would have to have all of these done by the end of the week for this one to not be late. Now, I don't have a preference. If you want to do all of this the very first day of the week, that's great. If you want to do all of this Saturday night, Sunday afternoon, that's fine with me. If you want to do this little bit Monday, this on Tuesday, this on Wednesday, and then go ahead and get your practice paragraph done on Thursday or Friday and have a free weekend. However it fits your schedule best to get the work turned in is fine with me. But I wanted to make sure that you understood the difference in the hard deadlines and the soft deadlines. For your test writings that have a specific testing window, that window will be open from Wednesday of the week that it is assigned to Monday of the following week. And I really would like all of these things to be submitted by Sunday night to kind of keep it within the window of the week that it's due. But I have run into some issues with students or testing centers not being open over the weekend in some of our more remote areas or satellite campus areas and things like that. So I did tag on an extra day of the following week to be sure that you all had ample time to get to a testing center if that's how you choose to take this assignment. So just know that those test windows are pretty firm, Wednesday to Monday. So you need to make sure that you have your other material ready and complete before you go to take your test if you're taking a proctored test. So I think that's it on the writing. The major things you need to know is that your writing assignment is your attendance marker for that week, and you have to complete the soft deadlines of that week before you can get to your attendance marker. So make sure that you don't get stuck, unable to submit this work because you still have some of this left to do. Okay, we'll take a look at, next we have the reading module. So I will minimize writing and we'll take a look at reading. In the reading module, you will see a resource page, and this page has just different thoughts from me about what's going on in the reading, maybe some questions, an audio or video recording of me reading one of the sections for that particular reading assignment. You have a free write assignment, which is it's very simple. It's 10 minutes and it's timed, and I just want you to write. So I give you a prompt, but you certainly don't have to use that prompt. If you have something on your mind to write about, you can write about that. But I just want you to write for 10 minutes without any worry of grammar deductions or paragraphs or punctuation. I mean, certainly I would love it if you did some of that correctly, but I want you to not feel paralyzed by all of the rules. I just want to know what's on your mind. So for 10 minutes, I want you to write. That's what a free write is. And then usually there's some sort of discussion board, or there are a few quizzes through the semester on the just the content of the reading. So if you flip over here, it looks like this. Here's your resource page for these two sections. Here's your first free write, and then here's a discussion board. Here's a resource page for this reading section. Here's a free write, a discussion board, and a quiz. Excuse me. All reading assignments will be due by the end of week 7. In your calendar, I've given you a few things that I suggest that you complete each week just to stay on track so that it doesn't snowball later in the semester, because the work is a little bit less at the beginning. Okay, as you're writing paragraphs, it's going to take you less time to write a paragraph than write an essay. So as much as you can front load your work, do that. I suggest that. So even though the work is not due until the end of week 7, you could certainly knock out the reading module in the first week or two if you want. I mean, if you see that some of your other classes are kind of slow getting started, then go ahead and knock out this whole module, and then you only have writing and grammar to worry about the rest of the term. But I'm leaving that up to you. I'm suggesting a schedule on the calendar. As you can see, you have due dates on here that are related to where in the weeks these assignments fall, but all of these assignments are soft deadlines until you get to the end of week 7, and then anything that's not submitted will be a 0 in week 8. So just keep that in mind and pace yourself with the reading section. I'm going to close the reading and open the grammar. And you may notice there are no content pages here because our grammar is going to be covered through an outside tool called Connect. You have a responsibility agreement discussion board where you just say to me, I understand that you may not cover everything that I'm supposed to have learned since first grade. I'm giving some of that responsibility to you to go through the Connect assignments, message me if you have concerns, and we have a neat little tool here called NetTutor where you can contact a live tutor. If you find yourself having trouble with some grammar material, I can get you connected with a tutor to work on that. So this whole module is just that responsibility agreement, and then the rest of it is Connect assignments. And that's just down the page here, your Connect assignments. So you'll click on the first one, and I have some screenshots here. I have a code on this page that you clicked on, the tour page, as well as on the registration page for our class. And you'll see on your calendar, chunks of Connect assignments are due every 2 weeks. Now, I have Connect assignments weekly, but these are just suggestions so you don't get to the end of 2 weeks and have 6 or 8 assignments due. If you do 3 the first week and 3 the second week, it kind of keeps things even. But the assignments are due every 2 weeks. After that 2-week deadline, Connect is going to push all your grades over, and anything that's not completed will push over a 0. So I can't change that. I can't allow exceptions unless they're approved through the distance learning office. That is a hard deadline. Every 2 weeks, what you have on the calendar will be due. But the good news is that you know those deadlines up front. So today, you could go ahead and get started on your Connect assignments, and if you get them completed in the next 2 days, then you have no grammar work for the next week and a half or so. So it's very, very self-paced. You can complete the Connect assignments in the first 2 weeks of the class and complete the reading in the next week of the class, and then all you have to worry about the rest of the term is the writing if you want. Or you can just work ahead in all and complete everything early, or you can stay on track with the calendar that I give you. It's completely up to you. When you click on this assignment, the first thing it will do is open a page, that looks like this, and I'm going to make this larger so you can see everything. It'll open a page that looks like this. I want you to click right here on register, and then it will bring you to a page that has your email address. And so you'll type your Hines email in here and click submit right there. And then it will open a page asking for your registration code. This is the code that is located on the Register for Connect page as well as on this video page. So just copy that code and paste it right in there in the registration code box and hit submit. And that should be all that you have to do to get everything set up in our course. Like I said, I have to have due dates in Canvas for everything, even soft due dates. They will pop up in your to-do list and on your calendar, but I want you to use this calendar as your guide. This is located in the introduction module, so I want you to go ahead and print it out and keep it in your binder where you have your coursework, and you'll see the reading module all work due by end of term. I'm going to change that and update this to say end of week 7. Writing module, one major writing assignment per week, noted by bold and double underline. So this week it's your draft submission. Grammar module, 4 major deadlines. Work due between deadlines can be submitted at any time between deadlines. So you see your Connect assignments here for the first 2 weeks, and here's your hard deadline. So just make sure that you get all 6 of these done by the end of your second week. Next week, your hard deadline is test writing. The reading anytime before week 7. So if you find yourself, or even if you don't, I want you to print this out and put check marks here on these lines, because if you stay right on pace with what I suggest, that'll help you know where you pick up and left off. But certainly if you work ahead for a little while and then give yourself a break, you'll want to have checked off what you've done to compare it with what you see in Canvas. So I hope that this helped clarify some concerns that you had. Certainly message me if any of the submission information is confusing. Like I said, I know that this is a new concept to grasp, and I'm trying to work with you as best I can to make sure that we're on the same page this first week, which is why I have the requirement on the course policy quiz that you get every question correct. But if you are finding yourself having a hard time understanding what's on the quiz, then you and I need to talk a little bit more specifically than what's in this video. So send me a message and I will message you back, or we can talk over the phone or whatnot. And I just want to make sure this week that you understand what the expectations are for this term. Let me know how I can help.